Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen was born in Germany on March 27, 1845, as the only child of a merchant and manufacturing entrepreneur. When he was only 3 years old, the Röntgen family moved to Apeldoorn, Netherlands. There, Wilhelm Röntgen was sent to a boarding school, Instituut Martinus Herman van Doorn. Since childhood, Röntgen had been interested in nature and science. He liked to conduct experiments and observe natural phenomena. Röntgen continued his education at Utrecht University, but did not graduate due to not having a high school diploma. He then moved to Zurich, Switzerland, and studied at the Federal Polytechnic of Zurich. There, he met Anna Bertha Ludwig, a female student who later became his wife. Röntgen graduated with a doctorate in 1869 and became an assistant professor of physics at the same university. In 1876, Röntgen moved to the University of Strasbourg, France, and became a professor of physics. He also became director of the Institute of Physics there. In 1888, he moved again to Julius Maximilian University in Würzburg, Germany, and became a professor of physics there. It was at this university that he discovered X-rays that changed his life and the world. On the evening of November 8, 1895, Röntgen was experimenting with cathode rays to test whether they could penetrate glass. Cathode rays are the rays produced by an electrified vacuum tube. The cathode tube was covered in thick black paper, so he was surprised when incandescent green light escaped and was projected onto a nearby fluorescent screen. The screen had been painted with barium platinocyanide, a substance that can fluoresce in the presence of X-rays. Röntgen realized that there were new, never-before-known rays that could penetrate black paper and glass. He was curious and began testing the ray with various objects, such as paper, wood, metal, and bone. He found that the ray could penetrate these objects with varying degrees of transparency. Denser objects would absorb more light and produce darker shadows, while thinner or softer objects would penetrate more light and produce lighter shadows. Röntgen then asked his wife Anna to place her hand on a photographic plate placed under a fluorescent screen. He then turned on the cathode tube and left it on for 15 minutes. Afterwards, he developed the photographic plate and saw an image of his wife's hand showing the bones and the ring she was wearing. This was the first X-ray photograph in history. Anna was shocked and said, "I have seen my own death." Röntgen did not leave his laboratory for 6 weeks after the discovery. He continued to research and experiment with the new light. He didn't tell anyone about his findings, not even his wife. He simply referred to them as X-rays because he didn't know what they were. He also didn't want to patent his discovery, as he considered it the property of mankind. On December 28, 1895, Röntgen finally published his first paper on X-rays, entitled "On a New Kind of Ray." The paper soon spread around the world and caused a huge sensation. Many scientists and doctors were interested and tried to replicate Röntgen's experiment. X-rays began to be used for various purposes, such as medical diagnosis, scientific research, and even entertainment. Some people even use X-rays to look at their own or other people's bones, or to try on shoes by looking at the size of their feet. Röntgen earned many awards and honors for his discoveries. In 1901, he became the first recipient of the Nobel Prize in Physics. He also received honorary doctorates from universities such as Oxford, Cambridge, and Harvard. He was also a member of many scientific academies, such as the Royal Society of London, the Académie des Sciences de Paris, and the Berlin Academy of Sciences. He also received the Rumford Medal from the Royal Society and the Matteucci Medal from Italy. Röntgen died on February 10, 1923 in Munich, Germany, of bowel cancer. He was buried in Gießen, Germany, his birthplace. He did not leave any legacy as he had donated all his money to charity and scientific research. He also had no children, as his wife could not conceive, probably due to excessive exposure to X-rays. He is considered one of the greatest scientists in history and the father of radiology.